If I can ever have everyone take a seat, please, and we'll get started in just a moment. Well, good morning, everyone. Whoa, the mic really took off there. Someone tricked me. Good morning, everyone. Tots Maywe. My name is Zoe High Eagle Strong. I have the honor of being a Nez Perce Nimiipuu tribal member. I serve as Vice Provost for Native American Relations and Programs and Tribal Liaison to the President. Been here at Washington State University for 10 years. I entered WSU as a faculty in the educational psychology in the College of Education, and somehow ended up in this position. I often contribute to, I think about my Indian name is Huku, who is named after my great grandma, who was taken up as a prisoner of war. But I often think about her prayers and what she prayed for the land and for the people and for rights. And I think that's probably why I'm here in this position today. Just really want to thank and welcome our esteemed tribal government leaders and their delegates. Some are still on the road and still on the way. They'll be here shortly, so you won't get to meet everyone other than those who stay with us for the meeting today. But, we are really honored to have esteemed tribal government leaders and delegates. I just want to thank them for their continued partnership, collaboration, and shared vision with WSU. On November 8th, 1997, 6 tribal nations signed the original MOU, Memorandum of Understanding with WSU, establishing the Native American Advisory Board. This historic moment formalized and deepened our government-to-government relations. Since then, 8 additional tribes have signed the MOU, further strengthening our shared commitment to Native student success and tribal university collaboration. Today is a meaningful and also historic day, one that is both bittersweet and hopeful. We offer our heartfelt gratitude and farewell to President Emeritus Kirk Schultz. Can you stand up for a moment, President Emeritus Kirk Schultz? Thank you. He's WSU's 12th president and the 3rd president to sign the MOU agreement, and served here for 9 years in partnership with our Native American Advisory Board. We'll have a moment later on in our presentation to honor. And we warmly welcome WSU's 13th president, Dr. Elizabeth Cantwell, who will sign the MOU during today's ceremony as well. Could you please stand, Dr. Elizabeth Cantwell? Before we begin our program, out of respect and appreciation for the Nez Perce tribe, whose original lands that we are currently on here at WSU, It's the Nimupu tribe, the people. We will open up with a traditional ceremony. I want to thank Wapkakan for joining us today. They serve and support our continual ceremonies really throughout the year and really inspire our Native students and leaders and really train up the next generation. So they will lead us in a flag song, followed by a victory song. Right now, I would like to ask that the Native American Advisory Board would please, for those who are here, if you wouldn't mind grabbing your tribal flag and lining up, and Wendell Jim will grab the eagle staff and lead the group. And once Wapkakan conducts the flag song and the victory song, we would ask the Native American Advisory Board to please stand, and then you can post your flag at the end of the song. Do you guys get those directions? And please follow Wendell Jim. And I ask that our guests will stand as Wapkakan sings the flag song. Katsiaoya Wepkakan. Thank you for the victory and the flag song. My heart is already strengthened. As a new faculty, 10 years ago, as the leaders are posting the flag, I'll give you a short side story. But I really exemplifying how important, and you can all sit down, how important it is to have meaningful collaboration with our tribal partners. I was at a faculty orientation. I barely graduated high school, got my doctorate at University of Washington. And my first day really at here at Washington State University at the faculty orientation, and I walked in and Wapka Khan was leading and opening up our faculty orientation. Had no idea that my dad was there. And my dad, Gordon Heigl, is the lead drummer. At the time, it was our Mike Penny, who is a dear friend. And it just really moved my heart. It gave me courage and strength. And here I am 10 years later. At this time, I'd like to invite Chairman Shannon Wheeler of the Nez Perce tribe to offer our opening words. And following, we'll ask the Native American Advisory Board to come and introduce them so you can see what amazing leaders we have in our Northwest. Thank you, Chairman Wheeler.
Thank you. Thank you, Zoe. I'd like to also call Nakia and Tyler and Tony up, please, with me. Tatsmewi oikolohim yuma kalatuama. Inam waswanik tito katim we okpu. Wako payats atats temena namipu. Katsiat yat nunium honey wat kia ta'awat this pollutes poop. Just like to thank everybody for being here, friends and family, and thank the Creator for this beautiful land that we stand upon today. I'd also like to say, katsiya to the Creator for the beautiful day that it is. And as we as tribal nations, all of our relatives here from the other tribal nations, one of the things that, is at the base of who we are in our culture is our creation and our creation stories and what was here before the Natita, the human beings were here on this land. The land was here, and the laws were written upon this land and spelled out for us to follow and for us to be guided into our lives, and for us to respect the land for what it gives us. And I think those relationships that we continue to carry on with the land are carried on through songs and blessings that we have, like the flag song is an honoring. But what I'm going to ask today is a blessing from our Walasa. It's a way of life that we have, that we carry on, is what's called Tamalwit. And that's the unwritten laws of the land, of how we interact with the land and how we respect the land and pay tribute to those that were here before us and the giving that they have done, whether it's the ungulates or whether it's the raptors or whether it's the roots or the berries that are there and the medicines that are out there, that we look at a university like WSU to be able to carry on the things that are important of today's world, whether it's agriculture or innovation, energy, and things of that nature. But you do that in a sustainable fashion, but you always know that the tribes are here to be able to explain the relationships that we have, that the cultural ties that we have to the land are very important to all of us. And as we continue to grow into the future, we always need to be able to take the things that are most important to us, that really we depend on the most, and that's what the land gives to us, and we need to do that in a sustainable fashion. And so as we continue to work with the University of our Washington State University here, that we ask that the president, incoming president, keep those words in mind. And we thank President Schultz for the work that he has done here and the relationship that we've had and what we continue to build on, that really speaks to our culture and what the university does for students that of the tribal nations that have this cultural significance that they bring back, the social economic impacts that they have, the tribal sovereignty ability that we have to continue to grow in this global world that we're a part of, but to also share who we are as people. And that's very important link in all cultures as we continue to share with you. So what we're going to do is have a blessing right now, a song. Turn it over to our cultural resource director, Nakia Williamson. We'd ask that there's no recording of this too at this time.
Katsiao for the beautiful opening words and prayer. Now is our time that I'd like to introduce you to our Native American Advisory Board. You got to meet Chairman Wheeler, and I'd like to invite our other Native American Advisory Board members, tribal government leaders, and delegates. If you wouldn't mind joining me and just providing a quick introduction, we'll have an opportunity after this celebration to have some really deep, meaningful discussions, reflect over the last 5 years, and talk about the priorities that our tribal leaders have for Washington State University as we enter a new era. But now I'd like, and we'll start with Monica because she's looking right at me. So please just come up, and if you guys could provide a quick introduction, because not only do we have guests here, we are being live streamed, and so I want them to see people that inspire me so much. So the tribal delegate leaders, please come up. Go ahead, Monica. I'll shorten this for you here.
I'll just take it off there. Good morning, everyone. I'm Monica Tenaskit. I'm from the Spokane tribe, and I'm very glad to be here today. I've been on the advisory board for about three and a half years, and it's just been a really great experience. I've been able to be on the advisory board, and I've also been on the advisory board for the Native American Health Sciences. So yesterday I was at a meeting at the Spokane campus, and it's just been a really great experience, especially when WSU, their staff and the programs work so hard to inspire our young Native children. They go and visit. We have a state school on the reservation, and it's about 95% of our kids. They're all enrolled members, and WSU always makes an effort to connect with our school and inspire our young people to get involved in health sciences or natural resources. There's just been so many great opportunities and so many great connections and opportunities to collaborate. So I'm really very grateful for the opportunity to be part of the WSU family here. So ch.
Sorry, I skipped you guys. No, good morning. Sorry I'm late. Beautiful song that we had this morning. Well, when I walked in, sorry. Like I said, I was late, but I just want to thank everybody for being here, and thank you, Zoe, also for putting this on and giving us the invite. You know, my Chehalis tribe. I'm Dustin Klatouche, Chehalis tribal chairman, Western Washington. We just joined WSU last year. We just signed our MOU with WSU. You know, it's amazing. It's an amazing thing for our people, our tribe. We have a couple tribal members that are actually enrolled here. I brought the future with me, which my two girls, they're up there eating. One of them is little Miss Chehalis. If she wants to come up here and just say hi, just wave at the window or something. She's little Miss Chehalis. There she is. I think she's got off her chair, maybe. Put your hand up. It's cool. But I just want to thank you guys for the strong relationships that you guys build with the tribes. You know, all of our flags are hanging up here right now. This is a team thing for each one of us. And, you know, this right here, you know, this is a collaboration between all the tribes in WSU. And that's one thing that we need to build up a little bit more. We need to get more tribes in here. And I appreciate everything that you guys are doing. So thank you, and appreciate everything you do.
Thank you so much, Chairman Klatouche.
Cheers, Maski. My name is Wendell Jim. Come from the Confederate Tribes of Warm Springs. I have two Indian names. One is Walsach and Tanacham. I came to WSU, graduated from WSU. I've been here since 1984. Been on the advisory board. So the MOU has been in place 28 years. I've been a board member 27 years. So I love the Palouse. I love coming to this area. When I came, I grew friends down here with Ninimapu, just over the hill. I was a baseball player. I think Ninimapu's know stroking to tokens. I was a stroking to token baseball player long ago, but this collaboration is going strong. It really is a good partnership between the tribes and the Land Grant Institute. And this is probably one of the in the Northwest, one of the longest going MOUs with the Land Grant Institute and the tribes, the many tribes. So I want to say it's been a pleasure. I'm going to continue being here, and we're going to continue building stronger partnerships to enhance and to help the tribes achieve their visions and their goals for the coming future. So again, my name is Wendell. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you. My name is Lisa Gunwellis, and my Indian name is Ayatokik. And actually, I share that Indian name. I found out when I was at NARA with Jasmine High Eagle. I asked her Indian name. She said the same name as mine. So it might be from Nez Perce country because my grandma's mom was half Nez Perce and half Yakima. So I represent the Board of Trustees of the Confederated Tribes of the Umatilla Indian Reservation. We are located in Mission, Oregon, but I'd say about 1/3 of our seated areas here in Washington State and southeast portion of Washington State. And so I too, actually I graduated from the University of Washington, so I almost wore a sweatshirt, but I didn't. But no, I appreciate this. I appreciate Zoe. I've been watching her through time, through Affiliated Tribes and Northwest Indians, because this is my first time being on this campus. It's a beautiful campus. It was a beautiful drive up. Got a little tired, so I missed your event last night. So, but I thank you, and I think we do have at least one student here now, but I think she might be in the master's program. Her name is Amaya Butler. So anyway, I thank you all, and I'm thank the former president and the new president of the WSU, and we look forward to getting more students up here as well. Thank you.
Good morning, everybody. My name is Chief Allen, and I'm the chairman of the Coeur d'Alene Tribe. I've had the pleasure to serve my people for about 26 years now. But I just wanted to say this is a great opportunity. Education is really holds dear to my heart, for our people and the Coeur d'Alene people. And I see all these young people that here having these kind of things gives our young people to say, I can see myself here, I can be here, and I can do it. And we're not looking for handouts. We can fight. I've always been a fighter. I grew up, I was the first one in my family to go to school, to graduate from high school, to go to college. But to see these young people really it's awesome. And what I tell our young people all the time, and what I tell my own kids, is that we can lose our job, we can lose our house, we can lose our girlfriend, lose our wife, whatever it may be, but we can never lose our education. That's something that you can always carry with you your whole life. And so we really stress education at the Coeur d'Alene Tribe, and we're really a proud a partner here. And Dr. Chris Meyer has been my appointee person for the advisory board. And the reason why I did that is because she did work hard. She's a tribal member. She got her PhD. And who am I to say that I know more about education? So our tribe thought, Dr. Chris Meyer would be the right person. So thank you so much, Mr. President, for your term, and looking forward to working with the new president. And again, thank you guys so much for having me here this morning. And sorry I was a little bit late as well. I had a phone call and I got a call that says, "Where are you?" So I said, "I'm coming."
Good morning. My name is Charlene Telequatz. I serve on the Yakima Tribal Council. Just to share with you, we are in Washington State, one of the largest tribes in Washington State and the largest land base. I come today in place of our chairman, Ralph Sampson, of the Education Committee, and I'm really honored that I came today because I get to see family from my Nez Perce side also, and to congratulate the new president and former president. You know, I know it is a big job to collaborate with all of us natives here today. And I just look forward to the meeting, and I just thank you all.
Tatsmewi Inwas Tamakiyutmai. Good morning. My name is Shirley Allman. I sit on the Nez Perce Tribal Executive Committee. I've been here with Zoe for about 2 to 3 years, and I sure appreciate all the experience and I get to observe all the growth that's been happening. And I'd like to extend my congratulations to you because I believe the last meeting we had, you were running home for your election. So you must have succeeded. So so congratulations. Yeah. And again, I thank Mr. Schultz for all your hard work and collaborating with us. And I wish you well, Ms. Cantwell. And thank you for stepping in and look forward to what's going on. Thank you very much.
Tatsmewi, my name is Sam Penny. I serve on the Nez Perce Tribal Executive Committee. I am currently serving my 11th 3-year term, and I was fortunate to have breakfast with President Smith clear back prior to 1997 when he was having I think it was a faculty meeting, and it was when he was going to announce that he wanted to form the advisory board. And then after that, we had the opportunity to work with Lane Rollins. In fact, I think Lane Rollins lived in the Lewiston area. I saw him at a restaurant recently and, wished him well, and it was great to see him. And then Elston Floyd for this building, that we work with Elston Floyd and current former President Schultz. We've worked with him, quite well. And I was reading your article in one of the news articles recently, and talked about the time he came in during difficult times, not only budget times, but COVID, all those type of things that he had to work through and make tough decisions. And what we're really appreciative of is all the former presidents, all the presidents and former presidents and provosts that we've worked with have all been supportive of the Native American Advisory Board and all the tribes that are represented on that board. So we just, thank you. And don't want to forget your wife, Noelle, as well. We got to know her as well. So, we wish you well, and you did a great job. And, we look forward to, I know you'll still be around in an advisory role. So hopefully we'll see you again. Kasiaya.
Hi, my name is Mike Isle. I'm a member of Cowlitz Tribal Council. As we start out, it's important to remember that the ancient history of this area is the native history. No pyramids, no Greece, no Romans. The native history is the ancient history. And you have chosen to live here, so that is your history. And I have to thank Kirk for being just a genuinely nice guy and the kind of person that listens to us. And he's been a friend from the very beginning. And I'm going to also welcome President Cantwell. We want you to be part of the family. So thank you very much.
This is the only time I get to tell tribal leaders what to do. So I won't get used to it. Don't worry. We now have come to a heartfelt moment in today's gathering where we have the opportunity to honor and thank President Emeritus Kirk Schultz for his 9 years of leadership and partnership with the Native American Advisory Board. I'll ask him to come up in just a moment. But I had the privilege of working closely with Kirk for 5 of those years. At our first meeting, he said something I'll never forget. He said, WSU has such a longstanding relationship with tribes. I just don't want to mess it up. I don't want to be the one president that messes it up. And you certainly have not messed it up. In fact, you have really set some amazing milestones and advanced our work in really powerful ways. And for that, I'm just deeply grateful. Under your leadership, we made significant progress in tribal government relations, signed 2 MOUs, strengthened tribal research and policies and practices, which we are really known in this region from amongst the universities that are imitating our MOUs and our executive policy. We expanded the support for Native American student services, and I won't steal other people's thunder because we're going to invite other folks up just to express their gratitude. But most importantly, you listened and you took action. And as Mike Ayel talked about, just being very personable, he was a very relational person that was easy just to talk to about the easy stuff, the fun, the visionary work, but also the hard conversations, and was always humble in response of listening and taking action. So President Schultz, would you mind, we're going to grab a chair if you wouldn't mind sitting here for a moment. I don't want to make you stand the whole time. This is so fun to tell people what to do today. Here we go. But I'd first like to invite Councilman Sam Penny. He has a presentation, and also Chairman Wheeler, if you can come up. But I don't know where everyone is at. I know Sam would like to say a couple words. Since he was one of the first original signers, it's rightfully so that Chairman Penny, or says some, Chairman, sorry, Councilman Penny.
So thank you again. And, as I stated, all the presidents here at WSU have been very supportive, and, it's always challenging when we get a new president, and we welcome President Cantwell as well. And when we work with them, with all the presidents that we've worked with, that you don't not only form a relationship, but you form a friendship with them. And from meetings like we have today and that we've had in the past, that we gain a respect and trust for one another. So I think that's the important thing, that the board, all the board members, former board members. I know we have some late board members that have passed on, that served on this board. But we always cherish that relationship. We look forward to the continued relationship and friendship with the still call him president. As Shannon said, we even though you're former president, we'll still call you president as well. But we just want to thank you for your 9 years of collaboration, with the MOU tribes, and especially working with our students here. And I was thinking about what Chairman Allen said. I was going to share this and I forgot. So I brought my grandson to, I think it was the Gonzaga WSU basketball game, watch a game. He's only in the 5th grade. So we drove around campus, looked around, and he tells me, "Grandpa, I want to go to school here." So hopefully you got one coming up from my family. So with that, I'd like to ask Chairman Wheeler if he wanted to say anything else as well.
Thank you. I always call him Chairman Penny too. He's our senior statesman, and he's always has a lot of good wisdom that, we go walk into his office and we get a lot of good information out of him. So just very thankful for Chairman Penny and Council Member Allman for being here today in honor this portion of the day. So we say Soyokatski Lahin Haniwat, and it's for this beautiful day that we're speaking about, and the outgoing president. Just want to thank you for the relationship, and I think as we continue to build on a new relationship with President Cantwell, I think the work that you've done will have lasting impacts throughout tribal nations and throughout the region and the world. And so I think as we continue to grow as a sovereign nation, the Nez Perce people and the other tribal nations that are here, which I think sometimes I can speak for them, but that's a tribal joke. So if you guys can laugh at that, you may not get that, but it's just a tribal thing that we razz each other about. So I like to throw a little bit of humor in there too, because that's a good side of who we are as people. And we just wanted to honor President Schultz with a blanket today, and so over the. Here's Sam. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Yes. Yeah. So we just wanted to say thank you, President Schultz, and honor you with a blanket, which is um, something to say that we're very thankful to have had you here, and the time that yeah, it's I'll be careful there, but as you notice, we put the blanket over his shoulder like that, and that's the way that we honor men with our blankets. If we were to wrap it around him, then that would be a sign of a marriage today. But so we don't so we don't want to do that. So we honor President Schultz today, and thank you, President. Yeah. And we would, and we would ask Wapka Khan if they could start up an honor song at this time, please.
Wheeler, and he called for the honor song early. So just, we have two other quick gifts to give. But Joelle Edwards, our student services, and can I have Cheryl Mel Kanichi and Terry Parr, Winecoop Parr? Okay, you have some. And Chief Allen, if you'd like to come up, and we have a few more gifts, quick gifts, and then we'll have our MOU signing.
Alrighty, can I actually have Jamie and Tommy come down here as well? On behalf of Student Services, hi everybody, I'm Joelle. We just want to really thank you for what you've done for our students and your advocacy, your support. Some notable things that have really impacted our students are the increase of TMBL waivers for our students here on campus, but also the Native Coup Scholars Fund. I think this is something that's really going to have lasting impacts to our students for years to come. I've already seen the impacts here today, and so we just really want to thank you for that. I think that's why we're here, is to serve our students and to support them, and so you've really gone above and beyond, and we just really thank you and appreciate you, and would like to just present these two gifts to you. One of these is a print that Nakia Williamson has done. It's hanging in our center, and we also give it as a gift to our students at graduation as a remembrance of us and their time here. And then we also have a card from you signed by some of us and our students. So we just want to thank you, Miigwech, and thank you.
And on behalf of Tribal Relations, we have Sharon, who was originally my sidekick in crime, and now Terry Parr, but both still are here at WSU. And we want to thank you for the bottom of our heart for Executive Policy 41, for all the new government relations, partnerships, and just your commitment to support government to government relationship. We have can't do all of this here. No food, so don't forget about us.
I can wear this around the house.
Please wear it wherever you go.
Chief Allen.
Just on behalf of the Coeur d'Alene tribe, Terry, can you stay up here? Terry's a tribal member as well. And also an alum of WSU, excuse me. I just meant the Eastern Washington, I'm sorry. What I wanted to say is in our lifetime, when we talk about education, we talk about how do we get our story across. And I think one of the biggest and most effective ways to get our story across is when we meet friends and they become part of our family, and they become part of who we are as a people, and they can tell our story. And so when with your grandkids and their grandkids, that's how we defeat hate. That's how people remember who we are as Indian people, because hatred is taught. And so when we have an opportunity to honor our friends, I think the Coeur d'Alene tribe wants to honor our friends so that that can keep that tradition alive. And I think that's how we move forward, as a people and as a country and as a nation. So thank you so much for all that you do. And just a small token, it's just a blanket. And so, well, so yeah. Yeah. So these are one of our special blankets too with our logo. And so, again, thank you so much for all that you do. Harry, you want to put it over? I don't want to marry him. I'm not that.
Yeah, thank you.
Not that way, but
Yeah.
maybe the chairman from the ministers is.
There's anything wrong.
Nothing wrong with that, but yeah.
So now imagine that the honor song is playing. Take a moment. Okay, thank you, Wapkakan. Well, we want to just thank you, Kirk, from the bottom of our, And do you have any closing words? And I know he has a hard, fast time to leave, but this is a Native celebration, and so we always go a little bit late. So sorry.
I think I have a slide.
Here, I'll do it.
Oh, no, I get it. Okay. There we go. All right. Can everybody hear me all right? Well, first, let me thank all the tribal colleagues who are here with us that come twice a year, spend time with university leadership and administration, with our students, with our faculty and staff. And I appreciate that all of you have got so many other things you could be doing, and taking a full day out or day and a half or travel time, 2 days to come and spend time at WSU and help us get better. Thank you so much for your commitment to excellence. I do remember talking to Zoe, about I didn't want to be the president that kind of screwed all this up. If you look at President Sam Smith getting this started and what it was at that point and where we are today, it's been a remarkable journey over 4 presidents, now 5. And every time you look at it, it's expansion, it's doing new and different things. And I really appreciate the opportunity for the last 9 years to have been part of that. When I arrived in 2016, several members of the board talked about the positive impact that Elson had as president and working with you all as tribal colleagues and tribal leaders across the state of Washington. I had come from Kansas and was at Kansas State University. And let me just say the relationships between public higher education and the Native tribes in the state of Kansas was not positive. It was more antagonistic, and there just wasn't this sense of trying to work together. And then coming to Washington, you see a completely different style of collaboration and wanting to work together. And I appreciate also over those 9 years, we went from some very, initial conversations about impacts that Native students were having at WSU to shifting to our new scholarship program that you all helped us do under Zoe's leadership from the state of Washington. If I look at the number of Native affiliated faculty and staff at WSU across the system now compared to what it was in 2016, we've made huge strides. And the number of Native affiliated students from all your tribes that are electing to come here and get an undergraduate, master's, or maybe a PhD, and then continue to work with our students, our faculty and staff. It's really an impressive set of accomplishments. At the Board of Regents, I had the opportunity to talk about, I had 10 of my favorite things over 9 years, and I was missing a couple, so I went to 12. But one of those was our re-signing of the MOU. And that is such an important step in Washington State University's journey. It was just an honor to be part of that. And then as we add new signatories, it is just a growing family, and we have great opportunity. But when you have partnerships and relationships, it's not always about the easy stuff. It's not how can we get more students. It's also, are you willing to engage in conversations together that may be on topics that are really, really challenging. Land grab you, and talking about the original, where those lands came from and who they were taken from, that support today's public land grant universities, and what are we doing about some of those things. And those are not, you have that conversation one time for 15 minutes and everybody walks away. It's that, what does that journey look like? And I appreciate that we've been able to have those discussions, maybe even some disagreement at times, but we still move on and we still find ways to work together. Finally, let me give this as a challenge. I think when we look at what you all are doing as tribal leaders on economic development and education, on healthcare, and all of these different things that you all are working on, I want WSU to be seen as a partner, not just for education, but for research, for work in economic development, for work in the environment, and other areas that are really important to you all as tribal leaders. And guess what? They're really important to WSU as well. And we've got expertise, and we've got faculty, staff, and students who want to learn, want to partner, and want to help you all do just an amazing job as you lead your people. So I think the future is bright. I have great confidence that Betsy's going to do an amazing job as president and continue that growth that we've seen over the last 9 years. And then finally, I appreciate very much Zoe and her leadership. We've also had sometimes some difficult conversations where Zoe felt maybe we weren't providing the necessary resources to do everything we wanted to do. And we had those long conversations and worked our way through that. And look where we are today. So thank you for your positive leadership. And I can't do anything when I talk without ending with a Go Cougs. Thank you all.
Thank you and safe travels. Send our love to Noel. Now we have an opportunity to introduce you to our 13th president, President Elizabeth R. Cantwell. President Cantwell brings deep commitment to advancing WSU's land-grant mission and strengthening our partnerships with tribal nations. We are grateful for her presence here today and excited to begin a new chapter of collaboration. Yesterday, I had the opportunity to meet with President Cantwell, and she expressed deep, genuine enthusiasm about this part of her work. And in fact, she said, that this part of her work will be the most refreshing, which I can't imagine why a president's job's not refreshing during these political times. But you are one of the highlights that she looks forward to. So this is the opportunity. I'd like to welcome you to the stage to say a few words, and then we'll have our formal MOU signing.
Thank you, Zoe. This will be a very few words. I am early enough in my tenure that I would love to spend almost all of my time listening and learning. I do have to make a few decisions here and there, which feels precipitous. So I will just say that as an institution, as the president of this institution, we are committed to continuing our investment in these relationships. And that investment is not minor, you know that, but we will stay attentive as an institution. But I will also say, and I do this often, so if I'm speaking on behalf of the institution, I stand on one side of the podium. And if I'm speaking as an individual, and I am an individual, I stand on the other side, so we can differentiate. It's particularly important for our students who have a hard time differentiating. As an individual, I am particularly committed to enabling this relationship between the university that I stand at the helm of and our tribal nation partners to actually learn and inform our own narrative about who we are. This is a very fraught moment. And we, I think, are obligated as a land grant to bring back to our own narrative about what we can do, who we serve, how we do that. In very specially relationships like this, which kind of force us to go beyond the usual and that is something we desperately need right now, moving forward. So personally, I will keep an eye on that. I will invite you to meet with me and have that discussion, which will not be sweet and light. It will be, how do we bring back into the narrative that I reflect daily about this institution, the wisdom and the background and the history that you all offer us. So that is my personal commitment. And I'm really honored to be at this and to re-sign with my name on it, the MOU, this early in my tenure. So I will just end with what Zoe said. There are lots of things that are really challenging about a position like this, but there are moments like this that recharge the batteries. And so I thank you deeply for that. You may not have known that's what you do, but you do. So thank you so much.
I'll get your chair. There's no chair over here. And at this time, I'd also like to invite Provost Chris Riley Tillman, who is also an incredible partner. I have the privilege of reporting to 2 different offices, and I'll get another chair here. There was supposed to be some chairs here, so we're winging it a little bit. But Provost Chris Risley Tillman has also been an incredible partner and friend and very excited about tribal relations. In fact, he said, I don't know if the rest of the university is supposed to hear this, but he said it's one of the things he was most excited as he stepped into his position. And he's really shown that by action as well. So thank you for your partnership. This is an incredible time to sign the MOU. And so I will step away and please sign. And if I could ask Wapka Khan to sing one final closing song, and then we'll end our ceremony time, and then we'll take a break and go into the advisory board meeting. Thank you, Wapka Khan. We'll just stand, they'll do one final song. Yeah, closing song. Okay. Just as, okay. Wendell, can you grab the Eagle staff? Where's Wendell? Wendell James, please report to the front. Oh. Shannon, Chairman Willer, will you mind grabbing the Eagle staff? Yeah. We'll post the Eagle staff, and then everyone is dismissed. Thank you, guests and friends and family, for joining us. Enjoy your day. Those who are serving in the Native American Advisory Board, please don't leave. We'll have a quick break, get some coffee, snacks, and then we'll meet back in the boardroom. So katsiao, everyone. Thank you for joining us. Thank you, Wapakakan.